Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. And another heavyweight news and notes mashup video today, starting with Jarrell Big Pharmacy Miller. So he has entered the Tyson Fury training camp, as you can see here on screen, pictured with Fury. And I wasn't sure where these images came from. Michael Benson had posted them, but Miller definitely there. Also posting a photo of Martin Bakole with Miller. Bakole currently training and sparring with Tyson Fury. Bakole preparing for his own fight. So it's an interesting addition. Tyson Fury preparing for Dillian Whyte, April the 23rd at Wembley. We know that Miller's got no scheduling conflicts because he's currently on a drug ban. So he won't be back in action at least until mid-June. That's when his drug ban expires. So well-known sort of instances in recent years of Miller failing in multiple drug tests. Fury, though, obviously wanting to give Miller some work. And it's interesting because harken back to 2018, and you had Tyson Fury preparing for Deontay Wilder, and you had him airing Jarrell Miller out, claiming that he sent him packing after about a day or so of sparring then. Here's a little clip.
I put you down 7 times in Lancashire. I'll put you down 10 times in Big Bear, California.
Obviously, some of these things that they say can either be embellished or quickly forgotten. And I'm sure that Miller, with his style, he likes to come forward, apply pressure. You know, he's going to be able to mimic some of what Dillian Whyte does, but it's not exactly a one-to-one analog, is it? Dillian Whyte does do things quite a bit different to Miller. Certainly, Jarrell Miller doesn't, he throws a lot of arm punches, we'll say that, and comes forward like an Energizer bunny, and we certainly have questions about why. And obviously Tyson Fury bringing in Jarrell Miller, some people aren't going to like it, given that Miller is going to get paid, get some work here while he's currently on a ban, so not allowed to fight professionally in the United States, but obviously getting some money here. And some people will bring up, hey, well, these two guys have something in common, with Tyson Fury previously being slapped with a backdated ban by UKAD, and I know some people do like to say that never happened, but all you have to do is put in Tyson Fury UKAD settlement and fill your boots. He is quoted in that statement for the settlement. But regardless, it's interesting, a big brash character like Miller joining this camp, so I expect to see maybe this is also part of the promotion as well. Getting Miller involved because that'll get some eyeballs on it with the sort of controversy behind Miller. Perhaps that's part of it. He's there for a little while, get some eyes on the fight, people talking about they brought this guy in. I wonder why that is. And currently with his circumstances, the tongues will get wagging. But interesting addition nonetheless. So moving on, Oleksandr Usyk's manager Oleksandr Usyk says that potentially the rematch with Anthony Joshua could land in Saudi Arabia. So see here on screen, quoted by Boxing Scene, and originally it was from a story from Sky Sports. This location is under discussion at the moment. Many things will depend on how fast we manage to ink the papers. The good thing is that Usyk is already in Europe to start his preparation. And Eddie Hearn also commenting, nothing's been agreed. There's been interest from Saudi, other countries in the Middle East, and the USA. And Saudi Arabia and Anthony Joshua, no stranger to each other. Joshua had his rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. back end of 2019 and reclaimed his title. So perhaps they're looking for somewhere that, one, brings a lot of money, and two, that's a familiar situation to Anthony Joshua where he's had success in that situation. So that would also tick that box. Lucas Browne has revealed that a fight with Junior Fa is close to getting made. So this has been talked about for a little bit, news sort of bubbling up the past couple of weeks, but a bit more detail in this video clip, which he's posted to his Instagram, of which I will play a selection.
The George Kambosos fight with Haney looks like it's going to be signed very soon. So the co-main event, myself and Junior Fa, should be signed not long behind that, so I'm very happy about that as well. Again, just training my ass off and waiting. So yeah, basically I'm at that point where I'm starting to get more hyped up about it again. It's looking more real, more more signed, more there, you know what I mean? So I know it's there, everyone tells me it's there, but until it's signed, I can't. There's no guarantee. So at this point, 120 kilos, big, strong and fit, feel good.
And you can also see that you have Lucas Browne atting Junior Fa, and in the comments, Junior Fa actually posts the handshake emoji. So Lucas Browne says, good man. So that could be an indication the contract is either signed, close to being signed, or it's effectively a done deal. We shall see. Nothing is ever guaranteed in boxing until we see these guys in the ring. In terms of that fight, which Browne says would be the co-main event to the Kambosos and Haney undercard, it's a good fight, I think, for Junior Fa. I mean, Browne basically has a puncher's chance. In his last fight, he looked pretty slow, plodding, basically took a whole lot of punishment until his opponent gassed enough where Browne could start unloading his shots. Junior Fa's not going to run out of gas, I wouldn't have thought. If he can navigate the first few rounds and basically just pick Browne apart behind the back of the jab, he should win this one, and possibly by stoppage inside about half a dozen rounds. But you never know. Browne showed some good fortitude in that last fight that he had, so can't be completely sort of counted out. Puncher's chance, as I say, but Junior Fa would go in a favourite if it does get made. Meanwhile, Christian Thun, who just beat Amran Sands over this past weekend, really feeling himself, so we'll play this clip here after that win. So this is in the dressing room, calling out the Bronze Bomber.
Who's next? 4th of July weekend, Deandre Miami Dolphins Arena.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian prospect Oleksandr Zakhozhyi has posted a very detailed sort of account of his preparations ahead of what was a stoppage win in the first round over Evangelos Lazaridis. So he says, and I'm not going to go through all of this, friends, this fight was not given to me as easily as it might seem. Lazaridis is a very worthy opponent with a high rating. In addition, due to the occupation of my country, the preparation for this battle was very short and unplanned. I won't go through the rest of it very detailed, but he says he dedicates this victory at the bottom to the Ukrainian people and wish that this victory becomes part of our common great victory over the enemy. And I guess with everything going on and a shortened, condensed training camp and preparations, everything else, it was an impressive performance that he put up against Lazaridis. Moving on to the American prospects, Deandre Savage and Jeremiah Milton. So there's been an increasing war of words in recent weeks. These two have some beef. They've been calling each other out for a little while. Recently also going on the Boxing Voice, talking some trash about each other. But Deandre Savage on the left here, who is also promoted by Christopher Lovejoy, he says, I'm a step on this clown when the time is right. He talked too much. Big Savage versus Lil Milton. Jeremiah Milton, you going to sleep for sure. You know what it is with me. I'm the best upcoming heavyweight, and I'm standing on that. And then a whole bunch of hashtags. So, yeah, certainly talking tough. I mean, just based off what I've seen of both guys, I think Jeremiah Milton wins that and handily enough. But obviously this building rivalry between the two. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. I think after a few more fights, Milton, in terms of his build-up, I wouldn't mind seeing it, that's for sure. And rounding out this heavyweight news and notes smash-up video, so as reported by Boxing Scene, Sonny Conto, the top-ranked prospect, back May 13, facing Justin Rolfe at the Parks Casino. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.